If you would like to produce portrait videos just like I do for my clients, all you need is a camera, a gimbal, and of course some lenses. In today's video I'm going to show you 3 main lenses that will cost you less than 1,000 US dollars, and these are the Meike 35mm f2.0, the Meike 55mm 1.8 Pro version, and the Meike 85mm 1.8 Pro version. Let's talk about them. Hello everyone, I hope you are all good. I'm Photorabs if you don't know me yet. I'm a portrait photographer based in France and I like creating content about anything related to camera gears and so on. If you are interested, I highly appreciate if you go subscribe to my channel. That's a massive help. This video is not sponsored by Meike, by the way. I bought these 3 lenses with my own money to try them, to test them, to play with them, to create some video portraits with these lenses and to give you my feedback about them, because these 3 lenses cost less than 1,000 US dollars, which is insane for the quality that you can achieve with them. Just on a quick note, this Meike 35mm 2.0 is available for the Sony full frame E mount, for the Nikon Z mount, and for the L mount cameras. It is not available for the X mount from Fuji, while these two here, the 55 and the 85, they are available for the Nikon Z mount, for the Sony E mount full frame of course, for the L mount, as well as for the Fuji X mount. Even if the Fuji is APS-C, these lenses you can find them for the Fuji cameras as well. And of course I'll put affiliate links down below for these 3 lenses in the description box. A quick disclaimer, I recently activated on my channel the member zone. In this member zone, although it's a paid subscription, it's not so expensive, but in this member zone you can ask all your questions about the gears that I showcase on my channel, and I'll make dedicated videos to answer your questions, so you can see extra footage, you can see extra tests, and maybe you can ask for some specific tests and I will do that on that member zone. So if you'd like to join, I'm very grateful for that. Anyway, let us talk now about these lenses. This is the 35mm 2.0 to f22, which is a great lens. It costs about 200 US dollars. This is the 55mm f1.8 to f16. This is the Pro version. It costs around 330 US dollars. And this is the 85mm 1.8 Pro version, and this one can open from 1.8 to f16 and it costs 340 US dollars. And by the way, you can always find some discounts on these lenses. Check always the links down below. So actually, why I picked these 3 lenses to use them in my portrait video workflow, and the answer is quite easy. The 35mm is wide but not a lot, so it's not distorted. I can use it to have some establishing shots. The 55mm is a little bit tighter, but it's still somehow wide. But when I use the 85mm, I can go very close to my subject and I can have great separation with the background. And for me, this is the most used lens. Actually, I used it much more than the others, but I need always to have the other lenses to have my establishing shots and to have some transitions in my videos. Just to give you an idea, the minimum focusing distance of this 35mm is about 45 centimeters, while for this 55mm, the minimum focusing distance is 55 centimeters, and for this 85mm, the minimum focusing distance is 85 centimeters. So just you can be aware where to be placed regarding your subject when using these lenses. On these 3 lenses, we can see the focus wheel, which is very smooth and it feels really premium. But in my case, I use these 3 lenses in automatic focus along with my Sony ZVE1, and I didn't have any issues with autofocusing with these 3 lenses at all. On the 3 lenses, you have also the manual and automatic focus switch, which is a cool feature if you'd like to go manual from time to time. But in my case, once again, I used them in autofocus and I didn't have issues at all with that. On the 85 and on the 55mm Pro version, we have this clicky aperture ring that you can see here. This is the 85. So this is basically very good for photography because it's clicky. You can hear if you are switching the aperture from a value to another, but in video mode I don't use that. I would like always to be on the A here, so I can adjust my aperture with my camera body and not with the lens. But if you'd like to do some photography, it's a very cool feature in my opinion. On the back side of these lenses, you can find this red rubber thing here, which is for weather sealing. You have the USB-C port for firmware updates, and you have these pins here to connect with your camera. You can find that on the 3 lenses. They are all of them weather sealed and with the USB-C to make the firmware updates, and that's something very nice in my opinion. You have the exact same system and the exact same build quality on these 3 lenses. And since I use these 3 lenses to make some portrait videos along with the gimbal, I really need them to have somehow the same exact dimensions, so when I balance my camera on the gimbal I can swap lenses without worrying about the balance, especially that this one, the 35mm, weighs around 301 grams. This 55mm, 364 grams, and this 85mm, 388 grams. So they are somehow similar in dimensions and the weight difference is not so much. So what I do is that I balance this lens here first, the 55mm, and then when I'm on the go, when I'm doing my video, I can swap to this 35 or this 85 without worrying about rebalancing my camera on the gimbal, and that's a huge game changer and a huge time saver in my type of use. These 3 lenses are working great for me. I'm really happy with them, but there is one thing that is annoying me. Check these here, the 35mm and the 55mm, they share the exact same filter thread of 58mm, and that's great. But this 85mm has a filter thread of 62mm. That means that I always need to carry with me some filter adapters, so I can have one variable ND filter and I can adapt it on the 3 lenses. And I'm sure that one day or another I will forget to get with me in my backpack that filter adapter. So I really wish that we can see a version that has the exact same filter thread over the whole range of focal length. So that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit like, to subscribe, to ring the bell so you will not miss my upcoming posts. And if you like these lenses, please find them in my affiliate links down below. And thank you for watching. Ciao for now.